Alrighty, so of course today the goal was initially to get the engine and the transmission and the transfer case back into the shell, but we are still waiting on a few key components to finish up that motor build. It's dang near ready, but it's not ready to go in the car. So in the meantime, I'm gonna go ahead and take care of all of the front subframe components with the steering rack and all that jazz. So here we have the front subframe itself. Thankfully, all this stuff is already sandblasted. So we got the subframe here. This here is that front cross member that bolts on right about back there and runs up to this front core support, I guess you'd call it, right up there. And then I figured we may as well just get everything done up front. So here is the front lower control arms, absolutely crusty. And then the steering rack is already completed. We got that done probably like a month ago. It's been ready to go for a while. So the first thing we're gonna do is go ahead and get the parts that we're gonna powder coat in the oven. Thankfully, like I said, they're already sandblasted, so that is gonna save us a ton of time on the day. Oven's fired up, heated up, and ready to party. So let's get them hanging. Get our beautiful engine out of the way. Whew, that's warm. Ah, that feels nice though. Okay, how are we gonna hang these guys? Go like that. Something like that. That'll work. And then this guy, let's just hang like that. Sweet. Now these are some pretty hefty chunks of metal, so to get the proper bake out cycle, it's gonna take, I would guess, at least a couple hours. 2 hours, most likely. Not a big deal. While we wait, let's refinish our control arms. I don't know what the heck this blue junk is. It's like some sort of glue. Y'all ready for this transformation? So there it is before. There she is after. Now I know it ain't perfect, but for a 2023, 20-year-old vehicle, it's not bad. Not bad at all. There's one little spot I missed that I'm gonna go touch up, and then we can knock out the other side. Both of the control arms are cleaned up. Doing this little bit of acid treatment, aluminum brightener to brighten up the aluminum just a little bit more before we go ahead and lock in the shine, I guess you could say, with some Cerakote. Man, oh man, these things turned out nice. So freaking beautiful. Just like all the other aluminum parts and pieces of this build, we are going to be Cerakoting over the glass beaded surface with this high gloss ceramic clear. I do think the next build I do, I'm gonna try either like a flat or a satin, or maybe even just like a semi-gloss clear, if that's a thing. I know they do have like a satin clear. I think that'd be more of an OEM look. This still looks really, really nice, which I'll go ahead and link down below. But I think a satin look, a satin finish would be more OE spec. If you guys haven't seen the previous coated parts, I'll show you here in a minute when we're done coating them and they kind of cure up a little bit, how exactly they look. So this is gonna be filtered through this filter into our Cerakote gun, and we go ahead and hose them out. This is a 0.8 millimeter tip, 2 coats. I'll be spraying like at 25 to 28 PSI. For just those 2 control arms, we're gonna need about this amount here. Watch this. That will most likely be enough. Lower control arms are Cerakoted, ready to go. We gotta let those cure up for a couple hours minimum. And now the powder coat parts are ready to be sprayed out as well. And of course, we're gonna be doing the OEM color Black Jack from Prismatic Powders. I've been debating upgrading my powder coating gun, but they can get pretty spendy. This is like a $400 unit, I would say, which that already is, you know, kind of expensive. But some of the higher end ones are like $2 grand, $3 grand. They get pretty dang expensive, depending on how big baller you want to go. This one does work good, but I'm curious how a very high end one would run. This is a Redline Easy 50 is what it's called. So I don't know if these things had oil baked into them, or not baked in, but soaked into them or what, but these things baked for hours on end until they quit smoking. So I'm assuming, being that this car was so clunky, it had a pretty bad oil leak, and it just, I mean, that one's still smoking. Huh. I wonder if that's gonna be fine to powder coat. Dang. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and spray these things out. Hopefully I don't regret this. Let's do that big boy first. Definitely forgot to plug it beforehand, but that's not a big deal. Toss them in now. Last thing I want is to powder coat this thing, and our threads are no longer usable. That would not be cool. Let's shoot her out. I sure hope it looks good. I'm worried that there's still oil on it, but it's been baking all freaking day. You know what, boys? I'd rather be safe than sorry. I'm just gonna give it a quick wipe down with some acetone. I mean, the rag's clean, so we should be good. I think we would have been fine. Now, of course, the part is still warm, so it's evaporating very quick. Yeah, I'm tripping. If there's oil on it, that rag would be filthy. There's a tiny, tiny bit of something, or it's just wet, one of the two. I'm gonna do a quick half bake is what it's called on these guys, and pull them out, make sure we have ample coverage. I didn't want to hot coat them just in case we mess something up, but they should be good to go. So I'm gonna toss them in, let it partially cure, partially flow, and then pull it out, check it out with the light, make sure there's no light areas whatsoever. And if they're good, bake them fully. If they need more, spray more, then bake them fully. Both pieces looked very, very nice. Now this is what it looks like when it's partially cured. Very high gloss. Now when it's fully cured is when you get the nice OEM finish. Hello? We'll do that.
Okay.
It'll be focused on your head.
Okay.
Hey, this is Kevin with Around Mitsubishi. Just calling to let you know that power steering bracket came in.
Y'all hear that? Power steering bracket is in.
Perfect.
Let's go get her. And on the way there, what else are we gonna get? And it's hotter than a cocker in here.
Herb, honey, I'm freezing.
Bobby, it's because you have no fat. You should eat.
You tell me I'm fat every day.
I know. What's up?
On the way there, what? You need a coffee?
Oh, I guess.
No, no coffee. You just had one. Are you gonna tell your fellow family members what you're gonna do, or did you already tell them?
Nope.
Tell them.
You can tell them.
Devin's getting a new truck.
Not for Shirley. Don't say that.
I hope you are.
I can elaborate a little bit more. This thing's dumb. I don't like this. This is not gonna work. Whatever.
Not a good angle.
That's fine. So I woke up this morning and I thought, I wonder if I should get a new truck. I went to the stand and I said, Bobby, should I get a new truck? Bobby said.
I said, of course, but make sure you bring me with you.
And then I thought some more and I said, I don't deserve a new truck.
And I said, Devin, yes you do. You work very hard for a truck.
I understand. Maybe I should wrap it purple like that, guys. So yeah, we are gonna go look at a truck, or a dealer with a lot of trucks, because That's fun, I guess is the reason for it. But first, I need to do a power steering, or get a power steering pump and do a ripper in Gary.
No rips.
What?
All the traction control.
Traction control, good idea. Let's turn that off. It's on pump gas. Calm down, Willis.
So fast for pump though.
You know, she definitely does scoot.
She definitely eats.
Does she eat?
She eats. Oh,
It's like
homeboy
I
wants
want-
to race.
Is the Honda Ripper? I don't think they have the truck I actually want. They might.
What's the model you're after?
See, I don't even know. I want one with black interior and preferably like gray outside. They have a Google. I'll just show you actually.
Okay.
So this is the color they have in stock. Downpour blue. And I don't know if I like it or not. I guess I'll have to see in person.
Is that the same as my dad's?
No. Your dad's is.
That's the
old.
only one they have in stock?
No, they have other ones. That's why I said I'll just come out there and see what you got.
I don't know why you want gray.
The cement gray is sick.
Cement.
It's like a nice gray, you know?
Okay.
This one part was preventing me from installing my engine. Would you like to look at it? Voila! The holy grail of peace. With cobwebs on it. Must be sitting for a minute.
Must have been.
Is it nice?
Yeah,
It kind of looks like my refinished
it
parts.
does.
It looks like they glass beaded it. No Cerakote though.
Good. We hate Cerakote. It's bad for you.
I love Cerakote. It's good for your soul. All right, now we're going to Idaho. Now we're going to Idaho.
How original, Haas.
They said that Dodge is having a 10% off MSRP deal going on.
Dodge.
He's like, I can get you into a good old Cummins if you want. I'm like, I don't know about that one.
I kind of like, are you in a Dodge?
What? Stop
Whoa,
touching me.
A Dodge boy.
No, don't do that.
Oh,
That's weird.
okay.
I said I might drive one. But there's a reason that they're on sale. It's because nobody wants them. Junk.
You think?
The one truck I would never buy is a Ford.
Yeah.
I see people that buy new ones, like friends of mine, new Power Strokes, non-stop problems. Like Scotty, for example.
Mm-hmm.
It's been at the dealer 3 times.
That's
Nope,
annoying.
Ford, you suck. Alright, Bobby's gonna be my cameraman. I made a little change in plans and I already found the exact vehicle I want. So check this out. So instead of buying a new truck, I decided to buy a Jeep because I now like men.
Devin.
Oh. I gotta spit up my gum out. Let's put it right there for later. Okay, let's go see what's going on here at the Chevy dealer.
Can I turn this off now?
Sure.
Oh, that's the...
Definitely an opinionated thing, but
Yeah.
with that grill, it looks pretty good.
That does look good.
Did you guys just pull this back here?
Yeah, I literally.
I saw it pulling around. Yeah, this is the one I saw.
I was gonna say it's got Bader's interior that you don't like.
Seats, suede headliner,
Yeah.
Massaging
the whole kit and
seats?
caboodle. Oh yeah,
Wow.
they're all gonna have this interior, and these only come in diesels.
Okay.
The interior is like cowboy looking.
It
That's
is.
what it reminds me of.
Yeah, it's definitely not like a Longhorn interior. Longhorn's definitely cowboy.
Oh,
Is
okay.
it? So you said they all have this color interior?
All of them.
Really?
Josh was pretty pissed about it because he wanted all black.
I want all black too.
Yeah.
Dang.
So you'd have to drop to a Denali, which the only thing you're going to be missing out on is Vader Chrome, which is the black chrome, suede
Okay.
headliner, which is my personal favorite, and massaging seats. That's the only difference.
I would buy this, but I'm not sure who painted this gas lid. That shit does not match whatsoever. Seriously,
It
look
doesn't.
at it from
It's
this angle.
it's so light.
That is, I mean, that makes me feel better about my yellow Evo paint job. I don't like this interior, Josh. I'm sorry. If this had black interior, I would like it more. But I mean, it's for the damn Nosh. But let's be real. I don't need massaging seats. It is nice. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah. But the smell is so nice.
But yeah, I just can't do that gas lid, you know. I have to bring it to your dad and have him repaint it. I wonder why it's like that. It had to have been painted off the vehicle. It's crazy. Huh.
All right, on to the next.
They have a red one. Bobby and I were talking colors on the way out here. They have a red Denali, a non-Ultimate, thankfully, because the Ultimate has stupid interior. And it's supposed to be all black interior. And that might be the move. Red, though, red's cool. But like cement gray or black or white. Why are you so cold? If I'm being honest, I don't like this color that much. It's nice, but
It's like metallic-y looking.
it ain't like... Yeah, I'm just not old enough for this. I'm gonna need a neutral color, I think. And also this, look at this. Why is it so splotchy looking? You see it? Very splotchy looking. All right.
I actually really like it.
Is that silver or is that gray?
It's like a white silver. Devin.
Yep, it's silver, all right.
I like that.
That does look good. White with black interior.
So, saving you a lot of money going with this, and you're going to have a lot of the same features. You're missing sunroof and rear vision camera mirror. You're missing the tech package pretty much, which is going to give you the heads-up display, rear vision camera mirror, and the sunroof. You have pretty much everything else: 360 cameras, adaptive cruise control, automatic high beam headlights. Obviously, your power running boards are a little bit different. You got normal fixed running boards.
Yeah.
Which will probably be changed.
Yep, still wireless phone charger. Heated ventilated seats.
Is that gray one sold?
We can look, but I'm 90% sure it is.
I like that color.
That gray?
Sexy
Yeah.
color.
Yeah, that is very
Everybody-
nice.
That's my favorite. Huh. You want a sunroof, huh?
I do.
Is that a requirement?
Disregard the bed length. Just look at the truck and let me know what you think, because
Okay.
I'll have a better idea of what you're looking for.
Yeah.
Actually, I like it.
Of course you do. Scratch. Oh, damn.
Is it nice?
It's pretty nice.
So I can get this in what's called the night edition, which is baller. But I mean, sit in this thing, dude. It is
Oh,
like
whoa.
ridiculous.
Hop in. You gotta sit in it first.
Okay. Don't you kind of want to sit in it?
These definitely go for a little bit more.
Wow. I really like this one.
So this is a camera just like Josh has. You got the sunroof, 12-inch display. This has Harman Kardons in it, which I think are way better than the Bose. Should be that one right there.
Oh.
I was looking at that up
Yeah.
close. This is it?
Definitely has a little bit of a bluish, purplish hue when it's really bright out, or even
Okay.
right now you can kind of see it.
Yeah, I see it a little bit. Yeah.
Just to show you, because it's not that bright out. Same interior as the one we were
Pretty
just
nice.
color. Look at that real quick. There's some AT4Xs here I'm going to take pictures of and see.
Okay.
Wow.
Brum, 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 brum.
Whoa.
This is pretty nice. So this is a like a charcoal color.
I like this one a lot.
They have a AT4X right there, but it's already sold, so I can't buy that one. If I could have one truck out here, it'd be that one.
See, I'm not a huge fan of it. I don't know if it's because it reminds me of the Honda Civic in that color, because it's like a rainbowy looking.
No, that's like flat cement gray.
You think?
I like it. Those wheels and tires are a little bummy, but this is cool. This is my favorite. Besides, you want to know something funny?
What?
I would take an AT4 over these, but they don't have any, and it's like 20 grand cheaper.
Really?
But I kind of want to just buy one today. Brum, brum.
I like this a lot.
I mean, this is nice, but
Yeah.
now I kind of feel like your grandpa in it.
You're not going to make it look like a grandpa.
Let's see if I can.
What you're going to do to this, it's going to look like a grandpa, but when you lift it, it's not. It's going to be classy.
I can't lift it. I don't know how.
Oh.
All right. I might go look at a mega cab.
What's a mega cab?
The
The
Dodge
Dodge?
that you can recline.
Frick, yeah, that's the kind of, we have to get that kind. I want you to switch to Dodge so bad.
It's pretty nice.
Yeah.
I like this one, yeah. I wish it was sunny out so I could see more of that blue that you're talking about. This is the one, boys.
So I was correct. It is missing the tech package.
Okay.
Unfortunately, you're saving $2,000 by missing it,
Uh-huh.
but it is stuff you cannot add. So, rear vision camera mirror, heads-up display, sunroof.
Sunroof too?
We got a sunroof, then we'll probably get to go.
No sunroof.
Oh,
missing it.
Frick, it's missing the sunroof?
Is it required, Bobby?
I mean, no, technically it's not. And the seats are not poop brown, just a hint of poop.
See, I like this interior.
I do
I
too.
feel like I like it more.
You get just a little bit of unique in it.
Yeah.
But it's mostly just brown. And then I like the floor mats.
Yeah.
The classier with the carpet inserts.
And then, so sunroof, heads-up display, and what else?
Rear vision camera mirror.
I don't even like that, to be honest.
Yeah,
I wish I had a sunroof.
I know.
I like the sunroof, but I wish it had a dual pane. The
Yeah.
dual pane kind of bugs me not having that. But I also don't really open mine very often.
Hell
Push it in.
yeah. Okay. Well, as long as I go into my bank account and I'm not extremely poor, looks like I'm buying a silver truck. I
you believe
never
it?
would have imagined. This silver, it's like Flintstone silver, whatever they call it. It's a very, very nice silver. I thought it was gray at first, but GMC considers it silver, and it's very freaking nice. This
Watch
isn't.
this side over here. It's like really close.
This is an AT4, not an AT4X. Ideally, I would have.
Honey,
Bobby, calm down. I've got like 10 feet. AT4X is the move, but I wanted to get a truck today, so I don't think I'm gonna regret buying this thing. There's only one thing I wish I had, and that is a sunroof.
that's the one thing that I'm not liking either, but I mean,
Bobby, I have opened my sunroof maybe twice, and
I open it every time I drive a truck.
how many times have you driven it?
I drove it for like,
Hop up front, homie. Let me show you the silver, because it's nice. That's nice.
it's very nice.
Steps are a little funny. Might have to pull the steps off. They're not bad. I think I'd have to take those steps off and put power steps on her.
Yeah, these are weird floor mats too.
We looked at a lot of Ultimates. They had no like traditional Denali's. I don't like the Ultimate interior. The AT4 interior.
The Dodge interior.
Dodge interior is definitely better, but Ultimate interior was a no-go for me. And it's 12 grand more. So I'd be paying $12,000 extra for an interior that I actually hate.
Is that a small bed? Is this a small bed truck?
Same as mine.
It's the same.
I can matching with the same truck.
Perfect. That's what I like. Did you just buy yours?
Not that long ago. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I've got 10,000 miles on it already, but
Dang, this one's got 12 miles. Wow. So Bobby and I went to go look at trucks at noon. It is now 9:24 p.m. and we came back with no truck. Stay tuned. There's a reason for it. I'm not going to say if it's a good or bad reason, but just stay tuned. That's all I'm going to say. I want to go ahead, and I know it's late, but I want to go ahead and continue on with what we started earlier. So let me grab a control arm and show you how these guys turned out. These are not actually fully cured, but 1 hour they become tack free. 5 full days it takes to fully cure, and this is how beautiful they turned out. So there's those guys, and then let me grab our powder coated parts. Dang, son. Here's the subframe. She turned out good. I was a little bit worried about it, but it looks good. And then that front cross member, I'm assuming if the subframe turned out good, this guy probably turned out better. Man, oh man, look at that freaking OEM color. I was worried that more oil would seep out of the cracks and crevices on this thing and get on the surface and contaminate it and destroy the powder coat job, but it appears that it turned out honestly as good as possible. It looks freaking amazing. Go ahead, pull out all of our masking plugs. And then here is our charcoal, what's the color on that? forged charcoal sway bar and our rack and pinion that we rebuilt a while back. So that guy's not fully complete. It's nearly complete. And to be honest, this rack is one of the first things, well, it probably is the very first thing that I want to install on the subframe. So we need to go ahead and get this guy finished up. So here we have our new inner tie rods because we destroyed our last inner tie rods. These guys should be the same both sides, T162. So we got to get the inner tie rods on, the boots, the outer tie rods, and then the rack is pretty much ready to go. First thing that goes on the inner tie rod is this washer here. These two prongs are gonna fit right into these slots right here. So line those up, thread this on. Okay. Well, they shorted me one of the washers. That's fine, I guess. Hopefully we can find one tomorrow. That's frustrating, obviously, but what do you do? Shout out Rock Auto once again. We can easily still get that installed tomorrow. For now, I'll just set her on so it looks complete. Boys, this is why you save old parts. Look what I just found. Also, I just noticed, look at this. Black inner tie rod, silver inner tie rod. Both the same brand, both the same part number. That makes me want to just squirt a little bit of paint on this one. While we wait for our rattle can paint job to dry, let's toss the steering rack onto the subframe. So that guy sits like that. Those two holes line up there. And then over here we have this rubber and this bracket that bolts on, I want to say that orientation. I don't know if you guys have noticed on this build, but the hardware is all different color zinc than all the mounting plates and brackets we got done. It was the same company that did them, same shop, but I think the hardware just done bulk all at once is what I would assume, and the plates are kind of individually done, so they're definitely more saturated. They both look good, don't get me wrong. I do kind of wish they all matched better. So that's all finished up. Now we need to find goodies for the sway bar. So here's the sway bar mounting brackets themselves. I do have new bushings, but once again, they're not the right size. So we will be having to run our old bushings. They're still in good shape, but new is always better. And before they go on the sway bar, I have some of this bushing lube here that I will spread around on the bushings, just so the sway bar can rotate nicely inside the bushings. You don't want it stuck in here. Looking mighty fine there. I think that's all set up right. Paint is dry enough. We should be good. So let's get this side on. That's kind of silly. Same manufacturer, same part number, different part. Even like this nut section up here, the pivot nut section, it's different. This is just one single flat spot. This guy has 4. Good old crescent wrench will do the trick. Of course, I can't apply a specific amount of torque to it, but I'll just make it tight. Okay. With the nut tight, grab a chisel or a punch. Fold down that little security washer. This is just going to ensure that she doesn't back off on us. Last thing, take your boot, slide her back on where she belongs. OEM boots are in really good shape, so I opted to reuse them. Okay, that goes there. We're trying to get it on this inner ridge there. Now we got this little pinch clamp. It's gonna wrap around the boot like that. Okay, so that's good there. Now to tighten, grab these guys and cinch her down. That's just a dust boot, so of course there shouldn't be any grease or oil coming out. If there is, you got bigger problems. Inner clamp, just a little pinch clamp like that. That guy goes on. And to finish off the passenger side, let's just go ahead and toss on our outer tie rod. Lock nut goes on first, of course. And these are greasable. So grab a grease zerk and thread her on in. So the subframe is assembled with the rack and sway bar. All the tie rod stuff is done. Now we need to go ahead and get the front lower control arms on. Before these guys go on, we're of course gonna need some bushings. So let's see what's in the kit. That would be the rear bushing, front bushing, and everything else. Hopefully these big rear ones will press in easy. Before installing bushing, refer to a factory shop manual for the bushing alignment angle. What does that mean? So based off all of the photos and info and evidence I can see online, this is how the bushings should sit. Now I don't know if they're actually offset. Of course there are these grooves, which those are probably for just play or movement, but whether or not they're actually offset, 11.7, it's the same either way. What about this distance? 11.7. Yeah, it's all the same, so I don't know if it really matters. But I'm gonna just go off of how OEMs are set up. You can see the little grooves in the OEM ones there. So let's just press these in the same exact way. So I don't know if you're supposed to put grease on these or not to get them installed. I tried on the other one for a while with no grease, and I could not get it to go through. And I put grease on it, and it went through. So, like I said, I don't know if that's a no-no, but apparently it's the only way I can get them to go. So I just plopped her up there, take a little flat plate, so it presses on the whole shebang. And you don't want to press down it too much. You kind of just give it a little bit of pressure and kind of pry up on this, on the control arm like that. And you can see she'll slide on through like that. Okay, so it's about halfway on. And then what I did is I take it and I pound it all the way through up here. Like that. So those are in. Now we got to get the ball joints in. These guys are pretty easy to get installed. Set that there. And down she goes. We got this clip that goes on. Not really a circlip, but circlip pliers definitely work for it. At least to get it started. Okay. She's got a ton of grease in her already, but yeah, she's quite tight. Let's put just a little bit more grease in there. And the boot goes on. Lastly, we have this very front bushing. She just gets 1/2 on each side. These are amazing to install. As you can see, they just pop right in. And then these steel sleeves. Okay, let's slide her up onto the subframe assembly, and hopefully all together it looks as nice as every other part does on this car. So the bolt for back here goes in through the bottom and actually threads right into the body of the car. So there's no nut or anything that can go on there yet. No bolt, nothing there. And then this front bolt, I'm just gonna toss a little bit of this Bushing grease on. I know. You ain't gotta tell me I gotta put gloves on. I freaking know. And that is one of those bolts that you don't want to tighten until you get some sort of load on the car. Okay, let's get this thing finished up with our end links and the end link mounts. Now, I'm not so sure those are the right bolts. They have the built-in washers, but that doesn't look right. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be just a single lock washer on there. And the ones that I have are pretty rusty. So not every piece of hardware turned out good. Some turned out no good. We can always just buy brand new OEM bolts for that, which is probably what I'll do, because I don't really like those un-OEM bolts right there. And just like that, my friends, a couple hours later, we now have a complete ready, or pretty much ready to bolt in subframe. We need those 4 bolts for the mounts. I need 1 ball joint boot cover. I'm missing one. And this thing's ready to go. 1120. Took a couple hours to get it fully assembled, but it turned out really nice. And I'm excited. And of course, being that we got the Holy Grail, this thing was like a treasure to me. It finally came in, the power steering bracket. Now we can get the timing covers fully installed, which I need to pull them back off anyway. They're not bolted on, but there's a bolt under there that I need to apply sealant to. Couple little things to button up on the motor before she goes in the car, which is gonna be going down tomorrow. So if you wanna see a motor in the Evo 8, watch tomorrow's video.